Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. I'm going to explain in this episode where I've been recently for the past little over a week now, and also a couple other things that have been going on with me, my life, a couple updates, stuff like that. Before we get into doing that, let's talk a little bit about the truck that I'm driving. I'm driving a Freightliner FLD. I believe it's an FLD Classic. I could be wrong about that. I'm not really sure. And we're going to do a quick little overview of the trip that we are doing. So we are doing 510 miles, should take us 8 hours and 30 minutes, and we are hauling 30,000 pounds of solvents to Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're currently in Phoenix, Arizona. There was a game update, so we're a little bit farther than we were because we last time left off in New Mexico. So we're going to ABQ Cargo Center. We're going to get $30,000. We have 28 hours to complete the job. I did turn off fatigue simulation, so we won't have to worry about sleeping because it was just messing up everything, having to sleep. And if I'm driving in real life and I'm not tired, I mean, I don't need to be tired in a game. So I turned that off. I figured that would just help just in general, like with not having to pull over and rest. And if I need an actual rest while recording, I'm literally just going to pull the truck over and rest. Yeah, I mean, I don't need a game to just be like, no, you gotta sleep now, because I don't want to sleep now. All right, anyway, let's go ahead and get the truck started, and we'll start moving out of here, and I'll start chit-chatting. Let's see, can we take out a second? 30,000 pounds? We can. Okay, we can get out of second gear with this. We're not hauling the very long fuel trailer today. It's just the standard trailer, so it shouldn't be too bad. I also have to apologize now. I don't know if my voice is going to sound weird or different or off or anything in this episode, just because, one, I am fighting very hard right now to not get sick. A lot of people around me have been getting sick. I know Jeff is getting over being sick, and I am in the process of getting sick, and I'm really, really fighting to not be full-fledged sick. I haven't considered myself full-fledged sick. I am taking medicine. But I haven't given in yet. So I do sound a little weird. Probably, okay, let's get the right camera angle here. Probably a little more than normal. Also because I just got off of an airplane, like 3 hours ago from Pennsylvania. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. So I kind of wanted to start this episode with talking a little bit about like where I've been. I haven't uploaded in over a week. I know there's probably a good amount of you out there wondering what is going on and why haven't I uploaded and what, you know, like what's happening. So it's going to be kind of a long story, but luckily we do have a good amount of time, and American Truck Sim is the perfect series to kind of go over that stuff. So pretty much it all kind of started with last weekend. Zach was coming into town. He was coming into town on Thursday, and he was coming in for his birthday, and we were going to spend Thursday to what was it, Sunday? No, Monday. He was leaving Monday morning. So we were going to spend some time with Zach for his birthday. We flew him out to Florida to hang out with us, and it was great. It was a really, really awesome trip. It was so nice to be able to see Zach again after so long and just have a nice, awesome, relaxing weekend. Unfortunately, it rained the whole time, so we really didn't get to do a whole lot, but it was enough that we still just, we were able to hang out and just catch up and talk and bullshit and, you know, play board games and stuff. Like, we didn't need to go out and do anything. It was a ton of fun to be able to see him again after so long of not seeing him. So it was a really, really good weekend. So with that said, I was trying to get work done to make sure that I could participate in some of the things that we were doing while he was here and not have to worry about videos. Unfortunately, I just couldn't get things working enough where I got all my videos done, so I didn't upload that Saturday, Sunday. I figured I'm going to take the weekend off. Zach's here. I haven't seen him in literally, I think it had been coming up on 2 years. Coming up on 2 years. I hadn't seen Zach in 2 years. And I was like, he's only going to be here for one weekend. I'm going to take the opportunity and I'm going to spend time with Zach, and I'm not going to worry about videos. As much as I don't like uploading, I was like, I'm going to take the time off and just enjoy his company while he's here. Don't you pull out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So, I sound so weird to myself. My whole left ear is just completely blocked, and It sounds so weird. I have no clue if I'm like yelling or quiet or if I sound off. To me, it sounds like a different person in my head, which is so strange. It's throwing me off quite a bit. God, it's just nothing but bass and breathing in my ear. It's so bad. I'm trying to get past it. I really am. It's so weird. Okay, so Zach was here. He left on Monday. Monday came around, and to be 100% honest and open, I had just felt really kind of burnt out. Like, I had been working a lot, getting videos done, trying to get as much as I can done, and I just needed a break. I needed a vacation, and I was really trying to hold out until later on this year, because we're not too far into the year. We're, in May, only 5 months in. I usually only give myself a 1-week vacation in December. Other than that, I pretty much work all the time. So I was kind of just feeling a little bit burnt out, and I felt like I needed some time off. And Monday came around, and I just wasn't just in the mindset to work. And I also have been needing to do some real life stuff that I have just been not doing, like going to the DMV and going to the post office and like running errands and things that kind of like the final little touches I need to be, fully set up here in Florida. Because for the most part, like 90% of things are done. I just need that extra 10% done and just be done with it. So I was like, you know what? I feel like I need a little bit of a break. I need to get this other real life stuff done. And it was kind of like everything happening at once, where I just decided, you know what? For my mental sanity and all this, I'm going to not worry about videos this week. I'm going to focus on getting some stuff in real life that I need to get done. And I'm going to come back after a little short break and just be refreshed and just start working on videos again. Which is exactly what I did. I decided, you know what? I'm going to take the week off. I'm not going to upload. I'm going to focus on getting the real life stuff done that I need to get done. And I will come back to it with just a fresh mind, which is what I've done. And it's actually was very, very nice. I just have been working so much. I have a lot going on in my personal life with just changes of a lot of things. I'm still really trying to get settled in with this whole, move across the country, and like everything's different, and it was kind of a lot of things happening at once. I was getting really stressed out. I was getting, really like, what's the best way to, I wasn't feeling like videos that I was doing were good, and I don't like putting out videos that I don't think are good. Like, if I don't think it's a good video, I don't want to put it out. And I was finding myself recording a lot of videos and deleting them because I just didn't think they were what I could. I didn't think they were the best I could have done. So I don't want to sacrifice like quality over quantity. I don't want to just upload a video for the sake of it being a video. I want it to be good and enjoyable and have people enjoy watching. And I just had been like overcritical of myself and just really, I was kind of beating myself up a little more than I should, and I needed to take like just a mental break and just take some time and not think about it and focus on the things that have been in the back of my head, like getting all the real life stuff done I need to get done, and then coming back to it with a fresh start. So that's pretty much what happened. Is Zach was out here, had a great time with Zach when he was here. He was able to drive all of my cars, which was amazing. He really enjoyed it. He drove the NA Miata, the Burgundy Miata. He drove the Mazda Speed because he's huge into Miatas, just like I am, so he really appreciated that. I even let him drive the Focus RS, which he really enjoyed. He also kind of burnt the clutch up a little bit in it. I mean, it wasn't really his fault. He went from driving 2 Miatas to a Focus, which the clutch feels are absolutely totally different, and it's just, it takes some time to get used to that Ford Focus clutch, that's for sure. It's not a Miata clutch at all. So, also, it was pouring rain, absolutely pouring rain, and within 10 minutes of him getting in the Focus after driving 2 Miatas, which, by the way, he stalled it immediately. I'm calling you out, Zach. I don't know if you're watching this, but I'm completely calling you out. I'm going to cough real quick. Give me a sec. Okay. Sorry. That's gonna happen. I'm really fighting not getting sick. So I am calling Zach out. He did stall the Focus like immediately, trying to get going, immediately stalled. Within 10 minutes of doing that, I had him do launch control, which is when he then burnt the clutch a little bit. Really wasn't that bad. He just, instead of dumping the clutch like you should, he kind of rode it a little bit more than you should, which, I mean, when you do launch control, especially in someone else's car, especially in someone else's semi-new car, especially in someone else's semi-new car in a, like, just the massive downpour with puddles everywhere, I could get messing it up a little bit. So he kind of burnt the clutch a little bit in the RS, which is fine. It has plenty of wear on it. Like, it doesn't, it's got some health. It's fine. So after he came down, he drove all the cars. I had talked to him about how, you know, I really, really enjoy the Mazda Speed Miata, which is my silver Miata, which is just, it's the stock turboed one. I've talked about it before in the past. It's just, that's my dream Miata. Like, I love that car. I do like my NA, and I've had it for 5 years, and it's been very important to me. And I mean, if you've been around long enough to watch my 50,000 subscribers special, that car was the car that I was driving in that video. So I've had it for a very, very long time, and I've done a ton of work to it. And I had talked to Zach a little bit about how I just feel bad for how little I drive it. It doesn't, there's no room in the garage for it. It sat outside. It gets rained on. It doesn't really get driven as much as it should. I felt bad that I like this car so much, and I'm just not giving it the attention that I think it deserves. I'm sorry, that's just gonna happen. I'm really trying to move away from the mic to do that, but okay. We are slowing up here. So, and I talked to him a little bit about that, and he had mentioned that he wants to kind of get into owning another Miata. His old Miata, the engine blew on it, so he was like, I really want to get another one. And I was over here talking about how, like, if I'm in the mood to drive a Miata, I drive my Mazda Speed. I feel really bad not driving the NA Miata. It's just, I don't know. I just was not driving it. I love that car. I have a lot of sentimental value with that car. I just was not utilizing it, and it was just sitting there, and I was feeling more bad about it sitting there and me not using it compared to me possibly like selling it to someone and having them appreciate it for what it is more than I currently am. And I kind of expressed that to Zach, and Zach was like, well, I'm really interested in getting a Miata right now. Also, if you are interested in possibly getting rid of your NA, let me know. And I told him, like, oh, we can work something out. Like, we can figure something out. Like, let's talk a little bit more about this. So after he left on Monday, we started talking a little bit more about, like, the possibility of him owning the NA and buying the NA off me. And I thought about it for a while, and I really do love that car. To me, at this point, it matters more to me to give the NA a good home. Oh, God, I apologize. It's just, they come out of nowhere. It's really bad. I'm trying not to. Okay. It means more to me to give the NA a good home and to give it an owner that I know would appreciate the car and would also finish the project. I did a lot of mechanical work on that car. I did a lot of safety work and stiffening and performance, and I did a lot of work on that car, visuals, paint. You know, I never got around to doing the interior, which was the last bit that I needed to do. And I just wanted someone that was going to appreciate the car for what it is, take care of it, and finish the project. And when Zach expressed interest, I know how much he really cared for his NA Miata, and I thought, you know what, he would appreciate it more now than I am currently, and at the same time, he would finish the project, and I would still be able to I'll still get to see it. That was another thing for me, was I didn't want to sell it to just some random person and never get to see it again, and who knows what they do to it or what happens to it. This way, I can still see it. on social media. I can always go up to visit Zach and see it in person. He can always come down here with it, which we'll get into a little bit later about how we got there with it. So yeah, I thought about it. I thought there's no better person that I would much rather have own the NA Miata than Zach. I think he would be the best person for me to feel the most comfortable with selling the NA to. Because like I said, I've owned that car since 2013. I was very attached to it. I was more attached to it than I should have been, and I was just so attached to it that I was just neglecting it, and that just wasn't right. So we started talking during the week. We worked something out, and then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna jump on it. I want to buy it. I'm gonna fly down on Friday, and we can leave Saturday and drive it back up. And he asked me if I wanted to go with him on the drive up. That way he didn't have to do it himself, and then I could fly back down. So that's what we pretty much did. So he left Monday. We worked it out during the week. During the week, like I said, I was taking a little bit of my mental break and getting my some of my real life things sorted and figured, like doing some, running some errands and stuff and just getting things figured out here. And at the same time, we're starting to plan this trip. So he comes in Friday night, literally 5 days later, after just leaving for his birthday vacation, visiting down here. He flies back in again, comes back in Friday night. I pick him up, stays at my place overnight. We leave Saturday morning, and we drive all the way from Florida all the way to Pennsylvania, which ended up being, it was like 15 hours of driving in a Miata with two people. And we both had backpacks and a bunch of other stuff with us, and it was one interesting ass drive, I'll tell you that. I will remember that drive forever. Like that, it was very, very interesting in a good way. Like, I really enjoyed it. Also, Friday during the day is the day that I started to kind of feel sick. Like, I started to kind of get the symptoms of feeling sick. And I was like, this is really not good. I am about to go on a 15-hour car ride in a very small car with another person. I can definitely feel that something is happening not good with my sinuses, and I was like, this is just gonna end poorly. It's not gonna be good. And luckily, Saturday, I felt good. I wasn't 100%, but I felt good enough to, like, participate in driving and just not be like a dead sick zombie. So I had a very interesting week. Also, I had a appointment on Thursday to start a new tattoo. I'm actually in the process of doing another tattoo. I'm doing another sleeve. I'm doing my right arm this time, as most of you probably know from at least like my avatar on YouTube and all the other stuff. I do have a sleeve on my left arm. I am starting a sleeve on my right arm. I would like to take a picture of it now. It's just peeling like crazy currently, and it looks disgusting. Once it kind of heals up to the point a little bit, I will post a photo on Instagram of it and kind of show you the process as it goes. It's going to be a very long process because this sleeve is going to be much, much, much more detailed than my other sleeve, and it's going to take a lot longer, but it's going to be totally worth it because the guy that's doing it is amazing. Like, his art is just phenomenal. Like, I cannot wait to get this done. So unfortunately, my next appointment isn't until another month away, which really sucks because I'm so excited to continue this sleeve. It hurts a lot. Like, I got my first sleeve done. It wasn't too bad. I didn't really mind the pain. It wasn't too bad. This particular art style, I'm doing a space sleeve just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm doing. I'm doing a space, like, themed sleeve, so it's going to be all kind of space related things. Galaxies and quasars and black holes and just all types of crazy space stuff. And yeah, space is dark, which means you need to have a lot of ink. which also means that ink can't be thin, which means that the artist is pressing very, very hard to make sure that that ink is going into your skin deep to cover it fully, so that way space looks like actual space. So this one does hurt a lot more than my other one. Like, not fun, not great, looks amazing, not fun to get. So I got that done Thursday, started to feel sick Friday, left for a 15-hour road trip Saturday. And as you can tell, still trying to fight off this sickness. And God, it just sounds so weird. I have no clue. I'm gonna listen to this audio like when my ear is not messed up, and just, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna sound. The thing is, the video is gonna be out by then. I'm not gonna be better by the time this video goes out, so I won't know. I won't know if I sound weird or not. I hope I don't. I probably do. I feel like I sound like a freaking weirdo, but then again, I pretty much always do sound like a weird. Oh, good. My LED strip under my desk just fell again. That's cool. That's awesome. I'm really, really, really. Hey, New Mexico. We're in New Mexico. Awesome. I'm really glad you can bypass the nearby way station. Thank you. I'm really glad 3M tape works so good. It's very nice. Very appreciative. Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, so the road trip, to kind of recap this. The road trip was, 15 hours from Florida to Pennsylvania. We went through Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Maryland, and then into Pennsylvania. And yeah, that's a pretty interesting drive. The whole time there was reports of the hurricane or tropical storm. I believe they're calling that a hurricane, right? I think Alberto. Is it Alberto? I believe it's Alberto. Anyway, we thought we were going to be driving in the storm. And we're like, we're going to be driving an NA Miata with summer tires, low profile, in the rain, on the freeway for 15 hours. We're like, this is going to be hell. This is going to be the worst trip ever. We somehow managed to, the storm didn't hit that day that we decided to leave, thank God. And we hit maybe all together combined, we probably drove in the rain for maybe an hour. And that was not even consistent. It was we got 10 minutes of rain, then stopped, and then we went for another hour and then got another 10 minutes of rain. All combined together, we drove for maybe an hour in the rain. So it really wasn't bad. It could have been so much worse. So we drove, all the way from Florida to Pennsylvania. Took us about 15 hours. We left. We wanted to leave about 10 a.m. Ended up actually leaving about 11:30 because we had to pick up some supplies before we left. Got into Pennsylvania at 3 a.m. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, about 3 a.m. Yeah, it was just so long of a trip, but it actually worked out. 2 people driving, we were able to split the times really well. I drove for 5.5 hours. Zach drove for 6. I drove for another 2-ish, and then I think he finished it off after that. I'm not. It's kind of a blur. By the time the trip was done, we were both so slap happy that we didn't know what the hell was going on. We were so close. We were we're doing this. We're both exhausted, but we're doing this. We're gonna finish this trip. And then on Sunday, I decided to stay for at least a day in Pennsylvania, not just fly back out immediately. What is this thing over here on the left? I've been trying to. What is that? I can't read it. It's going by too quick. Too quick. Jesus, I am exhausted, on medication, and exhausted. And I can't hear myself. It's just, what am I doing? Why am I recording? I wanted to give you guys an update about where I've been, what's been going on, and hopefully try to explain some things that have been happening to me recently. So, yeah, Sunday I stayed. We did a couple Pennsylvania things. We went and got some cheesesteaks because I told Zach, I was like, if I'm going to Pennsylvania, we're getting cheesesteaks because, that's what you do. I just reached over to flick the stock of a blinker like it was a real truck and realized that it's not, and I have to press a button. That's how you know you've been driving too much. Why am I doing a driving game after literally just driving like crazy. Anyway, so yes, Sunday we went go-karting, which was a lot of fun. We had some cheesesteaks. They kind of showed me around, and Zach took me by where he worked, which was really cool. And unfortunately, we couldn't go in, but he showed me all around, like, his area. We hit some back roads in the Miata, which was a lot of fun. We just got to hang out again, which was just like, even though he was just here and we just did it, it was nice to do it again. Like, I don't get to see Zach enough. He's as good of a friend to me as, you know, Jeff or Polecat or anybody like that. Like, it's just so nice to be able to see him and catch up with him, and I really wish we could do it more. It's just scheduling and all that stuff just does not work. Like, with his job, with this job, and all this stuff, it just does not match up. So it was really nice to be able to hang out with him again. And on Monday, which is technically today, my flight was at 5 p.m. So we had some time. So we went to like one of the diners that he knows, and then checked out one of the I don't know what it was, like a kind of like a Barnes and Noble, but like a different, what did he call it? It was technically called Second Charles? Yeah, Second Charles. I don't know what that is. It was just a thing that had like a bunch of books and records and toys and instruments, and I don't know, it was this weird place. So we went there, and then we started the drive to the airport, which instead of flying out of any airport in Pennsylvania, Zach recommended I fly out of Baltimore Washington International. Yeah, that was a really, really good suggestion, because it was a 2-hour car drive, and in the middle of the car drive, my a flight gets delayed. So it originally was going to take off at 4:50 p.m. They then changed it to 5:55 p.m., which we were like, oh, okay, well that sucks, but you know, it's whatever. And then they changed it to 7:20 p.m. and we were like, oh, that's even worse. So we were then in Maryland, near the airport, and we didn't know what to do. So there was a mall nearby. We ended up going to the mall, hanging out, like walking around the mall, went to Dave & Buster's. We stopped by a brewery, like that brews beer. I mean, obviously, like a brewery, they brew beer. We hung out for a while, and then I eventually made it to the airport, got on my plane, landed, what did it end up being, about 2.5 hours after I thought I was going to be landing, which was really cool. Then I came home, and now I'm recording this. So, yay. Really good. Like I said, I'm exhausted, and I'm also the whole time, literally the entire time, have been fighting off this sickness. Also, fun fact, I'm allergic to cats. As you might know, if you've been following Code Zero for a good amount of time, Zach Houseneck owns a cat. The one and only, the very famous Nikola Tesla. Yes, Nikola Tesla. Yes, not the real one, obviously, but the cat version of that. The cat version of Nikola Tesla, or also known as Nick. So he owns a cat. Beautiful cat. Very beautiful cat. Very nice, intelligent, like playful, good cat watching is what happens with Nick. I'm allergic to cats. I can't really do much with a cat. I was fighting allergies and also being sick, and it was just like, it was as much as I really enjoyed that this weekend, and I had a lot of fun. It just would have been that much better if I wasn't fighting sickness and I wasn't allergic to cats, because I woke up in the middle of the night with Nick in my face, brushing me with his whiskers, woke up, looked at him, and he meowed in my face and then just walked off. And I was like, all right, that's a cat. That's what owning a cat is like, apparently. They just meow in your face for absolutely no reason, then just walk off. So, but it was a really good weekend. I really, really enjoyed it. And like I said, I'll definitely remember that for for a good amount of time of my life. I think we're going, this is like a massive interchange here, so I think we're gonna go 25 south. I think, yeah, we're going 25 south, I believe. We're only 35 miles away, so we're like not far at all, which is good because that pretty much wraps up everything that I was saying. So I hope that kind of like fills in a little bit of the gaps of like where I was this past week and weekend, and you know, like I think it's been about 9 days or so since I've uploaded a video. So I do apologize. I know that some people get a little frustrated if I don't upload, and I hope you all do understand that I am human. I do have my good days and my bad days, physically, mentally, all that stuff, and I just needed the break to be able to kind of hit the reset button on my brain and just, you know, not feel like I was playing catch up with videos the whole time and scrambling to get things done and being overcritical of myself of the content that I was making, and just really, you know, have fun and enjoy it and do it for the sake of having fun like I have been doing for so long. I felt like I was just getting burnt out, and I knew that if I had taken a break, then things would have been better, and they are. I feel much better. I feel so much better after taking that break. Now, I just have to make sure I don't get fully sick, so I can continue this feeling good and making videos, because I feel much better after taking that break. I don't feel physically better because I feel like I'm getting sick, so that's great. But I hope you guys understand. I know a lot of you will. And I hope, you know, yeah, I don't know, spread the word. I don't know. I know that these series don't get like, you know, GTA views. Oh, okay, that trailer just glitched out. That was very strange. But I do know that the people that do watch this series really do care about what is going on with me, and kind of know that this is like my update series. And so I know that you guys are the ones that have been tweeting me and all that stuff and asking like if I'm okay and stuff like that. And I really do appreciate it. That means a lot. It really does. So just to let you know, I am okay. I am alive. I have not quit YouTube. And I'm back. I'm back to doing my normal upload schedule. And I'm back to coughing and being sick. Definitely didn't miss that at all. We're gonna make this light. That's nice. Look at that. Oh, we're taking this way too fast. That's okay. Oh, and look at this. We're turning right in here. And we're gonna be doing our drop soon. This is where I'm really happy I decided not to, oop, wrong gear. This is where I'm really happy I decided not to take the long trailer. Oh, look, it's the airport. We're dropping off at the airport? That's cool. All right, where are we doing this exactly? I need to, I need to actually see. My God, I really hope I'm not gonna get like fully sick. I really, 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 really hope. Because I just talked to Jeff and he was sick and he was like, oh man, it was one of the worst sicknesses I've had in a very long time. And I was like, great. Awesome. And I tried to stay away. I stayed away from Jeff while he was sick, and I was like, dude, you're sick. Like, I'm not gonna be over there in your face because you're sick. And then out of nowhere, I just woke up and was like, you know how you wake up and you have like you've slept in a cold room with the fan on or fan pointing at you, and like you have that like kind of sinus like thing? It was like that, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it's just, you know, I didn't sleep right or whatever, slept with the fan on, or it was too cold in here, or whatever it could have been. Okay, I'm not gonna do it blind. I'm just not. That's not a good idea. Can I go right there? Is that a thing? Okay, why do they have the pallet jack right there? Okay, I'm gonna try to flip around because I'm not gonna back it blind. That's just dumb. Especially if I have the space to flip around. But yeah, so it was like the sinus thing, and then it just never went away. And it was just there all day, and I was like, oh no. And then by that night, by Friday night, a little bit before, woo, barely cleared that. A little bit before Zach got in, I was like, I'm starting to feel the aches and pains. And then ran out and bought some medicine and started popping medicine like crazy and just being like, get better, because I gotta 15-hour car drive in front of me, so. Oh, it was an interesting weekend, interesting week, interesting past weekend. It was a lot of fun, though. I really did have a lot of fun. Okay, so we're gonna keep going a little bit here. Probably could have positioned ourselves a little bit better, but we're just gonna do what we can. Oh, God. Okay, we're not even gonna. Yep. Let's just go much more forward. Because, yeah, that was bad. That was a really bad attempt. I don't know what we were attempting to do there, but it was not back in a trailer. All right, let's see if we can get this. I like this truck. It's a nice truck. I didn't talk about it at all the whole drive, except for the fact that it was a Freightliner FLD. I believe it's a classic, but it's a modded truck. It's very nice. I do like it. I really like it. Good. We're gonna clear those boxes. Except the backup beeper is a little, like, not real. It just doesn't, it sounds like my alarm clock. Makes me want to wake up. Makes me want to hit the snooze. Okay, let's straighten this thing out. Okay. There we go. We should be good here. We should be good. God, this is an alarm clock backup sound. That's what it is. Absolutely is. Okay. Let's just, come on. Give me the green. There you go. Let's go a little further right there. All right, let's do parking brake. Get rid of this. Get rid of the hazards. Shut the truck off. Get out, take a look at it. There we go. We made it. Cargo Center, ABQ Cargo Center, which is actually the airport, which is actually really cool. I don't know why they need 30,000 pounds of solvents, but they got it. Let's go ahead and drop the trailer. See what we got from this run. We got 512 miles driven. Took us 10 hours and 6 minutes. We consumed 111 gallons of fuel. We earned all $30,000 and 1,200 XP. No damage, nothing like that. No late fees. Perfect. Excellent job. And I am absolutely exhausted and my throat is hurting and I just want to go to bed. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of American Truck Sim. I hope you'll join me for the next one. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.